What's up, the world? This is Glassic Gamer coming at you with an episode of Planetbase. This game's been out for a little while, but it's on Steam, and it's actually a really good building game. It's a building survival type game. So let's go ahead and get started here. We'll go with a new game. And I'll start with, as you can see, I played it for a little bit. Ooh, this is a brand new planet as of the last update. I'll have to take a look at that sometime. So, first start with a base. I recommend going to 0, 0, and the reason being is that actually works for almost every planet. I'm not sure about the brand new one called Suicide, but if you go here, you'll have a huge open, wide area. Let's call this Glassic Town. Oh, Spaceport. I guess town. Classic town. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. So 0, 0, and it works pretty much for every planet that I've been on so far. I have not tested the last one, so let's go ahead and get going. And the cool thing about this game is it loads fairly quickly. Really no waiting around. The graphics looks pretty cool. This one kind of simulates Mars the way it looks. And the goal is to first get oxygen, then a place for them to get water, food, a place to rest, and you kind of build it up from there. But you have very few resources to begin with, so you have to really be frugal as to how you get started. So this is the starter planet. This is the easy one. So we'll go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and just recycle that just to make life easier. And so we'll go to base. We'll go here. We'll start with building an airlock. I think I'll put it right over here. And your little guy is automatically to start building the base, which is cool. Now with the oxygen generators, I like to make them bigger, so just roll your mouse wheel and we'll make it bigger. And then you connect the two, and these little guys get to work. They start bringing the pieces over and building. So now we have to start planning our next piece, which is power. On this planet, we need solar power, so go big or go home, because power is a huge deal. You lose power, you lose O2, you lose food, you lose lives, you die. You'll probably die a lot in this game when you first start, but that's fine. It takes a little time to do it. Come on, engineers, build this. You can also set priorities on builds, so if you want to have one build, better than the other, you can just hit the little up symbol and it'll prioritize it. But when you start off, you don't really need too much. So let's go ahead and add a water extractor, because you need water to get O2. And we'll do that, and we'll throw a priority on here so you can see how it looks. And now we'll hit tab to take away the little domes so you can actually see. The other thing you want to build is a power collector. I know all of this is coming pretty quickly, but let me hook that power. Without power, without water, without O2, without food, you die. So yeah, that's how it works. Come on, guys. And I'll hit the plus to speed it up a little. We'll go 4 times. There we go. Do we have air? We have air. We don't have air. Why not? Why don't we have air? Oh, here we go. It's building. Very slowly it's building, but it's building. Let's prioritize that. Did they change controls? What? Alright, so what this is actually a storage container for power, so we can only get solar power during the day, obviously, so we need to have a way to store it. So this is like a giant battery. Now, the next thing we need is a place for them to, well, eat. So let's build a small cantina. We don't need a really large one. If you build too big, you're going to run out of supplies fast. The only ones I really built big was solar collector generator, or solar panels and the storage power collector. That way we're not going to run out anytime soon. So let's get this built up. And let's go ahead and I'll throw a mine right here. There we go, like so. We'll use the mine later in order to extract ore, and that'll make us a self-sufficient base. Otherwise, we're going to be kind of out of luck. And I'll need a small biodome to start with. Have to grow some fruits and vegetables, otherwise we'll starve. And let's see, what else can we throw in right now? A place to sleep. Definitely need a place to bunk, otherwise it's going to be kind of tough to sleep. And we'll link them together later on. So let's get this set up. Because they're going to need water really soon. Alright. Waiting for that connection. Let me see what they did for the... let's see. Adjust speed. Okay, there we go. That's a little better, because that was in slow-mo mode. It was driving me nuts. I'm sure it was driving you guys nuts too. So let me put a water fountain here, and a water fountain here, a table, a TV, gotta have TV, and a vending machine. Here we go, and another vending machine. And that'll start us off here. Over here, let's put some radishes, onions, yummy, some stuff, and I'm gonna put some wheat down. That way we'll have some starch coming through too. Starch is used to make the plastics, which is these little bioplastics. Without those, you really can't go too far in this game. Let me put 2 beds for now. Yep, they can hot bed. They can do it. So as you can see, this is why we put a battery here, the large power source. This is because, you know, like I said, during the day you get power. At night you don't get power unless you put a wind turbine, which will be next. There we go. They got some food going. Initially you start with some food, so that's actually handy. And I like to put in, let's see, a landing pad, but instead of, before I put the landing pad in, I think I'm going to put a small guard outpost, as small as I can make it. And I'll explain the reasoning for that. The reasoning for it is if there's a storm of some sort, you can recall the little guys to run in and you know, get out of the danger. You could also put guards in here, so if you get terrorists at land, you can have the guards take them out. So let's get that built. I know it's not really a necessity, but we'll do that. And now we'll put a processing plant. Just small is good for now. Don't need anything crazy. And I'm gonna put a small sick bay in right here. And let's see how we're doing for supplies. Should be doing okay. I'll just put a... I don't need it yet. We don't have any guards anyways. So I'll hold off on that. And what I'll do is I'll put the landing pad connected to the guard post. That way the guards will catch them first. And let's get our first aid supply box in, and a bed. One bed's good for now because the miners always tend to get hurt, which happens. And a steel processing and one bioplastic. There we go. Alright, now that once we get these built, I think we'll have enough to build a landing pad, so let's go ahead and do that. Landing pad, perfect. So let's connect it here. And I also need another way for these guys to get in, so let's put an airlock right there. So when they come off the landing pad, they go into the airlock. Actually, let's change that. Let's do this. Let's put the airlock in. That'll look a little better. And then put the landing pad attached to it. So now they can just like cruise right in. And then the guards will pick them up if there's any terrorists. So they can shoot their faces. How are we doing on supplies here? Doing good? Let's get that prioritized. Perfect. So this is kind of just like an introduction to the game, just to show you how the basics are, just to get started. And you want to take things kind of in this progression, just to get things started off the off the ground. And once we get that little landing pad in, we'll have an opening, which will be a huge deal. As you can see, they're making steel here, which is good, or metal. Not sure what kind of metal it is, but they're making metal. There we go. So now that we have a landing pad in, we can now go to base management, landing permissions. We don't need a trader yet. Now let's tell them what we need. We want a biologist first, so I'm just going to go 100% biologist. Seriously? A meteor had to destroy that? Okay. So now that that's in, I'm also going to put in a factory. And I'll connect the factory, I think, right here, right here. So it's right off this. And I think what I'll do here is possibly put in a storage area or another O2, because we're going to start to use a lot of it once we start getting a few guys here. Now the reason I like to add a little bit more on a biologist is to grow these plants. The plants are doing pretty good right now, but if you want to grow your base, you want to grow them first, so I'm going to prioritize that. And right now we've got miners digging out here, and I think we have one engineer. So let's take a look what we have. We have 3 workers, 2 biologists, 1 engineer, 1 medic, which is perfect, and 1 guard. We don't have any guards. So, here's our first set of settlers, and they are biologists. So now we've got 2 more. Can you update it? Let's try this again. Okay, so now I've got 2 more biologists. Let's add 1 guard. So the next one I'm going to have is a guard, because we're going to need that, and I will build a guard station, security console. There we go. And a little gun storage rack. There we go. We don't have any guns yet, but we will eventually once we get this factory going. We can then build some guns, but I really want to start building up the spare parts. Now, it may look like we have a lot now, but they're going to go really quickly. Actually, maybe I'll go 50-50 on the guard and worker. And we're definitely going to need some engineers after, too. The 4 engineers have to run the entire base, plus build things, plus if one dies, we're kind of screwed. And spares workshop, that's the first thing you want to build. don't worry about these things yet until you get a good surplus. So yeah, get the spares going. That's one of the most important things. As you can see, we're already out of bioplastics, so that's why I had a bioplastic production issue going here with wheat bags. So they are being made right now, as you can see, bioplastics. And there we go. So the spares is built now. This is good because now we can have some spares going in. To build a spare, you need to have one metal. That's not metal. One metal and one bioplastic, and that'll make a spare. And the spares are used to do repairs to energy sources such as solar panels or wind turbines, which I think we're going to have to build next. Well, after storage, maybe. We'll see. Let's see what we have here. Who just landed? A worker and a guard. So it looks like a couple more guards. So we're good on guards. Let's drop the guard down, and we'll go engineer. 50. Yeah, still want some more bio. I still like to have a lot of. We'll go 55, 45. This way we'll get a few more engineers and some biologists, because that's what we're really looking for. Now that we have some workers, they're mining. They're you know, doing their stuff here, so that's going to help us out. We got some medkits. Alright, so let's go ahead and build a storage facility now. So storage is here, and it's not too bad. So we're looking at 2 blocks. Actually, I think I'll line it right like that. You know what? Let's recycle that. Let's try that again. Big storage. And connect it to here for now. So let's see what we have for settlers. I think I'm going to turn off colonization for now, because we don't want to get too many, because we'll run out of food, which is death. We'll run out of O2, which is also death. And you know, we just want to have these guys catch up a little bit. So I think I'm going to wrap up the episode here. I hope you enjoyed this short tutorial and review of, well, tutorial, not really a review, but short tutorial of Planetbase. If you have any questions or comments, please comment below. This is Glassic Gamer, and I would like to take this time to thank all my subscribers, thank all my viewers. Thank you all so very much. Without all of you, this wouldn't be a thing. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and comment below. And as always, please subscribe. This is Glassic Gamer signing off, and I'll see you next time.